Hey YouTube, Joe here. Picked up another RW20 for the reef tank. I had an RW8 in there that conked out, so it was time for an upgrade anyways. So I went with the big guy here. It's the RW20. 1700 liters to 20,000 liters an hour. I think the conversions on that near 500 gallons to 5,300 gallons per hour. Let's open it up and see. Actually, just sort of reading this, kind of funny. The RW20 is ideally suited for nano reef aquariums and other flow rates, and offers flow rates from 1,700 to 20,000. Don't believe that this would particularly be for a nano reef, but unless you didn't want the water in the tank, maybe. I know the RW8s work well. But here we go, we got the controller itself. The power supply. Or part of the power supply, I should say. There's the cord for the power supply itself. This thing's huge. Instructions. Look at the size of this thing. Can you imagine that in a nano tank? Pretty powerful magnet. Let me just grab my RW8 that I'm replacing it with, just for a size comparison. So there's the RW8 compared to the RW20, and they're saying the 20 can go on a nano aquarium. These pumps are pretty amazing though, so I don't even know if you'd be able to tune it down to suit a nano aquarium. We'll try it on the 220 and see. Alright, so let's take it over to the tank, hook it up and see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to be replacing the top RW8. It's really hard to see the flow, but you get the idea. Okay, so we got it on full speed, wave 1 mode. Pushing quite a bit of water. These weren't moving as much with the other RW8s. This is just the RW20. I shut the other RW8 off. Got some good flow. Here's a comparison for the 20 on the bottom and the RW8 on top. The RW8 isn't plugged in. One thing I do not like, I don't know if you can hear it on here. You can hear the pump. Now it is in full mode too. I will definitely turn it down. Probably to like 3/4. Here I am on the top of the tank. You can see the water moving. The wave is decent. Keep in mind this is a 6-foot tank. It's a 225 gallon reef. So here it's still running in wave 1 mode, but I turned the speed down to about 3/4. I think it's on number 6 of 8. Still hear it a little bit, but not as much. Nothing's moving around drastically. This might be the setting I keep it at. Play around with a few of the settings. I'll come back with the one I like the best. Here's wave mode 2 at full speed. There's definitely more flow as the pump stays on a little bit longer. Definitely too much flow. And the noise is a bit of annoyance. Sounds a bit like a weed eater. That may be a little dramatic, but it's definitely loud. This side is for my living room, so it would be turned down for sure. Alright, so we're back to wave 1 mode. Half power for the RW20. I think this is the mode that I like it on the best. Everything seems to be moving good. There's no sound. Everything seems to have good movement, but in the same sense, not too much movement either. Far end of the tank, the big sea bay anemone's moving nicely. As you can see, I put the RW8 back on as well. It's working in sync with the 20. Try this out and see how it goes. I can definitely see some debris floating around. So it's definitely moving water that hasn't been moved, or hitting areas, I should say, that hasn't been had that much flow. So yeah, love the RW pumps. They're for the price of them, they're a great pump, and they work well. We'll test it out, and maybe I'll do an update in a little while and see where we're at. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.